But at the end of the day, catalyzing the reality that we really want, alchemizing pain into beauty or pain into wisdom, those are small little changes over time. We have to set ourselves up to win. We have to set ourselves up to understand who is the person that we want to be and how do we become more like that person a little bit every day. Hi guys, it's me. I have 2 tasks today before I leave this video. One is putting my shoes on, one is brushing my hair and putting it in a ponytail because I'm going to the gym. Now the reason I set myself up this way is because if I don't have a task to perform, I'm not going to complete that task. And that's kind of the message of today's video. How do we set ourselves up to do what we want to do with our lives? My goal has been for the last several years to regularly upload videos on this channel. And if you are familiar with my channel, you realize that that is not a goal that I have functionally actually performed yet. I am wildly inconsistent with my video uploads, and that is not what I want. That is not my goal. But I think one of my biggest obstacles and my biggest mistakes, to be quite honest, has been making that a goal in the first place. Instead of actually setting myself up to succeed by implementing little ways to make sure that I record videos, I put so much pressure on myself to record videos that I actually freak myself out, get in my own head, worry about other people's judgments, and I don't record, or if I do record, I don't like the content. So there is a chance that when I watch this video back, I'm gonna hate it and I won't even wanna edit it and I won't upload it ever. But there's also a chance, because I'm recording right now, that I wouldn't have recorded if I didn't set myself up to do so. There's a chance that by risking temporary discomfort or judgment from others, there's a chance that I might end up helping people, reaching people, or connecting with others. And there's a chance that I might end up fulfilling a goal that I wanted to fulfill in the first place. So here we go. Here goes the hair in a ponytail, and that is the first part of my message. Goals. So if you feel like you've lived a life where you have these lofty goals for what you want to do, you want to travel the world, you want to have adventures, you want to fall in love, you want to have a beautiful whirlwind of a romance worthy of Casablanca and Star Wars and Indiana Jones, even though Indiana Jones always had different romances. Let's just say Indiana Jones with Marion, she was my personal favorite. You feel like you have all these lofty goals and you never actually effectively achieve them. What's the problem there? Well, for me, and speaking for myself, the problem is it's not necessarily the goals, it's the way that you set yourself up for them. So if you just have an arbitrary goal, say for New Year's, that you want to go to the gym regularly and you want to start building a healthier, more functional, more fit body, that's great. That's a great goal to have. And there are people that will set out with that goal and achieve it. But what makes the difference between the people that actually achieve it and the people that don't? It's how you implement it. It's how you set yourself up to either win or fail. One of my biggest passions is physical health, well-being, and fitness. For me, it's a very holistic approach. So I realize that it's going to be temporarily uncomfortable when I'm at the gym and I'm lifting a weight that my body's not used to or in a way that I'm not used to. But I realize that the payoff is that over time, those little changes and those little tweaks in building that mind-muscle connection, that mind-body connection is going to pay off. I have to actively set myself up every day to win, because if I don't, I will lose. That's where the goal setting comes in. There is a book called Atomic Habits, which I have not read yet, but it is on the top of my list. This is a book which has changed so many people's lives, and this is one of the most important messages in that book. And it isn't just that book. Obviously, there's empirical evidence. There are a lot of studies, global studies, with a lot of people in the research pool that show that making small, progressive efforts towards your goal is so much more achievable and sustainable for the goal overall than just trying to get your goal in one day. These things are important. These are things that people are talking about more and more. I think there are a lot of mixed messages and mixed signals. This is something I want to tease out, because one of the biggest reasons that I haven't mentioned as to, well, I did touch on it, but one of the biggest reasons I briefly touched on as to why I don't record videos is because of a fear of judgment. If you hear squeaky sounds, that's my shoes touching each other. First of all, why I haven't uploaded a lot is because I'm scared that you guys, some of you, I know many of you are incredibly supportive and wonderful and appreciative of whatever I do, whether it's just silly nonsense or whether I'm actually putting myself out there in a more vulnerable way. But I definitely get in my own head about thinking that people are going to judge me, or think that I'm not smart enough, or think that I'm not pretty enough, or think that I'm not valuable enough, or whatever the heck is going on in my head. And sometimes I'm right. Sometimes I have experienced that blowback from putting myself out there, and it sucks because I'm not some big YouTuber with a huge support system. You know, I'm little, my channel's small, I've been inconsistent, I haven't really cultivated a strong sense of self yet out there as far as my internet identity. So it can be scary, but at the same time, I want to be brutally honest, and I want to give some tough love, because I think I need to give myself tough love right now. And I've been taking a break from YouTube in general, and I think the biggest message I want to tell myself is you need to get your butt into gear. And if you have things that you're not doing with your life because you're scared of people judging you, or you're scared that you won't do well enough, you're never going to get that goal, no matter what. So if your goal is just to go for a walk around the block today, go for the walk around the block, because nobody's stopping you but you. If you're scared people are going to judge you because you're not wearing the shoes that you think people should wear when they're walking, or you're not wearing the hat, whatever. Suffice it to say, you will never achieve your goals if you don't actually set yourself up to achieve them in the first place. I would not have recorded this video if I didn't set myself up to achieve it in the first place. I've wanted to record a video for months, and I haven't. So I set myself up with a hairbrush, my sneakers, and the lovely tripod that my generous Ko-fi supporters helped me get. If I hadn't done those 3 things, I wouldn't have recorded this video. Now, whether it's out there to you guys right now or not, doesn't really matter. What matters most is the fact that I set myself up to achieve it. I'm gonna treat, and if I don't keep trying these little ways, I'll never do it at all. And this is a great thing that I've also, even though I haven't read the book, you have to conceptualize the person who would achieve the goals that you have in mind. Who would be the person that prioritized health? How do you be more like that person? Not necessarily changing yourself overnight, because things like that don't happen. Like, I remember when I was younger, I used to fantasize about if I'm flying in a plane and we crash over a desert island, like maybe I'll make the changes that I need to be a stronger, happier, healthier person. Like, obviously those were very fantastical belief systems when I was a younger person, but I also think in that was a kernel of thinking, I just wish something outside of my control would happen that would force me to catalyze the reality that I really want. But at the end of the day, catalyzing the reality that we really want, alchemizing pain into beauty or alchemizing pain into wisdom, those are small little changes over time. We have to set ourselves up to win. We have to set ourselves up to understand who is the person that we want to be, and how do we become more like that person a little bit every day. For me today, it started with a hairbrush, my sneakers, and this tripod. For you, who knows what those little things could be. I hope you go out there and get it. I hope you like this video. I hope it's not too weird and out there. And if it is, whatever. At least I put it out there. I hope you guys are doing well. Take care of yourselves. No one else can take care of you for you. Don't live in a victim narrative. Take your freaking life by the horns and drive it in the direction you want to go, even if it's an inch a day. Do it. No one else can do it for you. Goodbye. Love you guys.